Thank you for watching and listening. I just want to just a random ranting thing. I remember the stepmother, how she brought me up several times to her friend's house, the friend that passed away from cancer, one of her victims. I just, it's just something that you cannot fathom. How the whole time she was watching the friend suffer, watching the friend be in pain and sad, and how she was okay with it, how she can pretend to be nice and concerned. And I kept thinking to myself, putting myself in the shoe of that friend. You know, she probably think that this stepmother was a good friend, was very kind to her, very concerned. The image of that friend waving to us from the kitchen window enthusiastically, you can tell it was pure out of genuine kindness, out of genuine gratitude. The betrayal, the person that you think is your friend is actually your enemy. The person that you think is your family is actually your enemy. And that's the running pattern. Almost all of the victims that I know of were kind people. Not perfect. I'm sure they have some things that they do wrongly or something they say wrongly and things like that. But in general, they were kind, helpful people. Or at least people who have no bad intentions. I kept getting in my mind the image of a female hand writing the name down, writing the name Sherry, Sherry, on a piece of paper. I don't know whether that's her name because it takes a lot of energy to focus. You guys didn't hear the crying while we were at Block 437. My second sister and I heard it loud and clear. You can only imagine. You can only imagine how horrible it is. Things that doesn't seem logical, that doesn't seem real, exist. Goes to show you just never know what people's intention are. They can pretend to be your friends. They can be your friend. It can be genuine at first. Over time, they develop jealousy or whatnot. I I cannot forget. I cannot forget the emotion I got, the vibe, the energy that I got when when I heard the crying. It wasn't scary. Not a single bit was it scary. Only thing I got from it was sadness. Very, 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 very sad. I didn't get any vengeance or any evil intention or revenge from it. Nothing. She could. She could. Her spirit could have like done things to us out of spite, but she didn't because she was a genuine person. So trust your intuition. Even at that age, the intuition was already telling me that something just doesn't feel right. It wasn't a bad spirit. It wasn't a bad person. It was just deep, deep. deep sadness, a depressive sadness, an injustice type of sadness, betrayal kind of sadness. No, I tried because I managed to release my father's soul. Even for my father's case, I was detached for a long time. Only sometime last year or so, I managed to release him because I was able to reconnect back with my intuition. Kind of did a white magic ritual to release him. I tried to do the same thing for that auntie. It didn't work. Probably because we are not blood related. And I highly suspect the ritual that the stepmother did involves, it's very dark, involving blood. Is the reason why maybe the only people who can release them are the blood related family members, or a specialized shaman, specialized bomo, or specialized healers who knows how to undo all these rituals. And I also want to talk about pocong. Pocong is a Malay ghost. Basically, when the Malay Muslim pass away, they always wrap the body up like a mummy, but they don't cover the face. It's just that they wrap the body in the burial shroud, and this pocong take up that image. So the legs are all tied together, hands tied together. Not all pocong are bad. Some of them are trapped souls, uh, done by these occultists. Then the occultists use these souls to harass, to torment other people, or to feed off the energy. So almost all of the victims whose spirits are trapped, they are trapped in a very low vibrational frequency, very demonic. And that's where the sadness comes in. This is all frequency, right? Love, light, love, gratitude are higher frequency. The rest are just low demonic frequencies. So I'm gonna tell you what I did to release the souls of my father, and I hope that those who are affected can do the same thing, or can find somebody according to your religious belief who's able to undo all this. And by the way, suspected that my father went to Indonesia to get help because it's an Indonesian ritual, Javanese ritual, and he died there. He passed away there because of the rituals that was done onto him. And sadly, the spirit was trapped. So just to reiterate again, when you pass away, your body dies, but your soul still lives on. Your soul is basically immortal. So not everybody will cross over. Usually you linger around. Your family members, your friends, or some choose to not choose to stay. So during that period, if you're not protected, you can get trapped. And that's the reason why the stepmother was very insistent and very had the urgency to go to funerals of the victims, because she was trying to perform the rituals. So the souls, the spirits do go back to the family members to ask for help. Come to think of it, the story where the stepmother said her friend's daughter who had jumped down from the window, her spirit kept coming back to the window asking the mother for prayers and help. So it's something like that. The soul will come back to the family members for asking for help, or they will approach people who have abilities, whether dormant abilities or people who are known healers, known shamans, for help, especially if it's unjust death. The soul wants to get justice. Or some of the soul, depending on them, whether they're kind or not. If they're evil, of course they will become demonic entities. That's why they try to possess people, things like that. If they're not, either they choose to stay around to stop, to stay, to stop the person from doing it again, or try to find help. Truth is stranger than fiction. So the ritual I did was candle magic. So you get yourself a fireproof plate, and you get yourself a white candle, a tea light candle will do. You can go to Daiso and get it, and then you will carve out the name of the person. So you put, and then you get yourself some flowers. You can get it at any Hindu or spiritual shop. It doesn't cost much. I tell you, it doesn't cost much. And it took 10 minutes to release my father that was trapped, his soul who was trapped for 10 years or so. It just took 10 minutes. So you carve the name down on that tea light candle. You put the candle in the middle of the fireproof plate, and you put the roses around it. And then as you light, you just say some prayers, and you say, thank you for releasing so and so. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God. Whatever your religious is, a religious belief system are. That's just it. The candle died down because you're basically sending energy. You're undoing the rituals. And it works because I come from the same bloodline. So I was able to release my father, but it didn't work for the auntie. And as when I was performing that ritual after my father was fully released, I kept getting the line. He said in a mixture of Malay and English, but mostly Malay. Jika masih ada peluang kedua, akan aku hindarinya. So I kept getting that line. Basically, if I have a second chance, I will avoid her. And there were some other things as well that I got from it. Usually when you channel spirits, when you channel the soul, it's either come in thoughts in your head or just emotions. So I channel sadness, regret. So how would have, could have, should have kind of emotion, and how he would, if he could go back in time, he would have done the same thing I did. That mean the ritual, and he would avoid her. So that's the reason why when I talked to the medium about it, because I wanted to know how to help that auntie, right? I was told to stay away and to pray instead, because prayer works. Basically, it's how deep and focused you are when you pray and then you meditate. You're sending energy, and what words you use, because words are spell. Hence the reason why I say remove the word please from your vocabulary. Because when you say please do something, please do something, what does that mean? It means that it's not done. So the universe match that. So you're creating resistance. So when you say thank you for doing this, you're implying that it's done. So the universe will match that. Hence, it's a kind of like speed up the process of manifesting. So hence why the prayer works. So I was told to stay away from the stepmother, and that's what I got from the when I channeled my father. That's what I got as well. If he could turn back time, if he had a second chance, he would avoid her. And the medium also told me to avoid. So you have to avoid these cult members, these energy vampires, because if you have negative attachment, you become energy vampires, whether consciously or unconsciously, because they constantly need people's energy. And again, at the same time, why the place that I used to work at, why people kept getting drained, why I got drained over time, was because there were energy vampires in the office through the rituals that was done onto them by someone else and through the rituals that they paid for. So the best solution is to leave, and I mean leave completely. That's the best solution. If you don't have protection, the best solution is to leave, because it changes you. You end up becoming angry, you end up losing your temper, you end up getting confused, you behave out of character, say saying things that you usually won't say because they try to get that out of you. I already shared her picture, and initially I was hesitating. Remember when I was talking to the supernatural group, he did ask whether I want to share her picture. I was hesitating because I was so many questions, so many doubts. But after thinking and thinking and ruminating about it, so be it, whatever happens. I shared her picture in one of the videos. The best solution is to avoid her, because every single one of the victims were in close proximity with her. To any of these cult members. So the undoing ritual to release the soul, I know some people will say it's rubbish, it's not real, it's jinn. You're not aware. I wasn't aware either. I wasn't even believing of it. It didn't even cross my mind until it keeps happening, until you start realizing the suspiciousness and things that doesn't make sense, and you get confirmation from people who are skillful. This ritual exists. So not all spirits are bad. You have discernment, have boundaries. The best solution is to pray to release the negative energy that they are in or surrounded by. And simple, what prayers to say? You can just say thank you for releasing all negative energy in and around me, or this person, and so on and so forth, this place. That's all. I just keep repeating it, chanting it over and over again for 1 minute, 5 minutes, however long you can do it for, because you're basically sending high vibration energy. You're assisting in clearing the energy. And to those people who are going through the same thing, this is one of the way to undo the rituals. If you can find somebody very skillful, I highly suggest skillful and high vibrational, not somebody who would take advantage of you. Until then, you can try this method. Okay, tea light candle, carve the person's name down put in the middle of fireproof plate, surround it with roses, flower petals, whatever, high vibrational. Right, highly recommended roses. You can get it at any you can get it at Little India. Hindu stores, they have it. It doesn't cost much, and it only took 10 minutes, or at least until the candle died down, to release my father who was trapped for 10 years. And in the meantime, always protect your energy, cleanse your energy, pray a lot, whatever your religious belief system are. If not, uh, do spiritual bath, salt bath, just warm water and Himalayan salt. You can add spices if you want to, cardamom, cinnamon, star anise, cloves. You can boil those spices and use the water and add to the salt water, and just say some prayers and then bathe. Just pour it over your body. Something as simple as that. We are ignorant about a lot of things. Some things we are knowledgeable of, something we are ignorant of, and it's applicable to everyone. Somebody knows something more than you. Somebody is more knowledgeable than you. Somebody is more ignorant than you. You are knowledgeable than somebody else, and you're also ignorant than somebody else. And so basically a lesson. We are all learning from people, whether it's good or bad. We are teaching people whether it's good or bad. In general, have boundaries, have strong discernment, trust your intuition, protect your energy, call back your energy, cleanse your energy. That's the rules that you should abide by. And you can do the same thing for your family members on behalf. So yeah, the solution was to leave. In hindsight, I should have. That's why I realized I should have dropped out from that polytechnic, or at least request to change to another school, or take a year break, because that makes a big difference. So listen and set boundaries. Thank you for watching and listening.